is Mr. Charles Zhang. Please let me briefly introduce Mr. Zhang. Charles Zhang comes to Navitas with over 14 years of sales and marketing experience in international semiconductor companies. Prior to Navitas, Charles worked for Fairchild and ON Semiconductor, where he managed the mobile phone and wireless business unit in Greater China. The title of this speech is Pure Play Next Generation Power Semiconductors, GaN and Silicon Carbon, Electrify Our World. Please start.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Charles, Vice President and General Manager of Navitas China. It's great to be here in person to attend the great event, CPSSC 2022. For those who might know Navitas, we just around there in Nasdaq 1 year ago, and Navitas had become the world's first power IC company listed in Nasdaq using 7 years. So we held a very big event in Shanghai in the same time with our investors and our customers and partners in last October. So I think it was a great time. So it's a perfect time for take a look back what Navitas has done in the last one year and where we are going in the next year or two. Okay, so a quick introduction about Navitas if you are new to the company. So we started the company in the 2014, and now we have around like 200 employees in worldwide and 65% in R&D department. So we are leading now gallium nitride in the market. As most of you maybe know Navitas, we start this company with very focused on the gallium nitride and focus on the consumer market, mobile chargers. So we solved the inherent of challenges of the GaN to commercialize and in the market. And right now we are very proud to announce that Navitas has been working with all the top mobile and PC customers, and worldwide top 10 mobile and PC customers have adopted or adopting Navitas GaN technology. So 2 months ago, we announced a very exciting news with the acquisition of GeneSiC. GeneSiC has been deep down on silicon carbide product technology for more than 20 years. So with the acquisition of GeneSiC, Navitas have the full portfolio of GaN nitride and silicon carbide technology, and we became the world's first and pure play, next generation semiconductor company. So we have our great mission, to electrify our world. This is one of the most important themes of today. So let's have where's the market opportunity? So let's have a quick look at the picture. So the x-axis is the voltage, and the y-axis is the power rating for different applications. So as you can see, for the 650 volt, they are big market for silicon carbide and gallium nitride to play. This is a very huge market, like a 7 billion market, which includes like enterprise TVs, motors, and solar, single solars, and also a lot of data center, a lot of different applications. For the range, voltage range from 1200 volt to 650 volt, 100 volt, you can see all the big implementations of like the wind power, grid power, and the bigger implementations of solar and other industrial applications. This is also a huge market, like $10 billion for the silicon carbide to play with. And maybe you notice it's a light blue in the middle of this. You can see there are some overlap of gallium nitride and silicon carbide. So this is about like $6 billion market I think from the technical perspective, it's hard to choose. It's highly reliant on the system values and system know-how, what kind of applications, what kind of values you are looking for. Then you can make the right decision, silicon carbide or GaN nitride for this kind of applications. So with the full range of the silicon carbide and GaN nitride, Navitas can cover all the full range of these applications and to support the whole very huge opportunities in the market. So the question is why GaN nitride and why silicon carbide? So I think most of you here are experts in this area. With the new materials, we have the new integration, new magnetics, and even new topology. So with the frequency increasing to the megahertz, or even only like a few hundred kHz, you can shrink everything down, like shrink the size and shrink the weight. So as you can see that we can push the switching frequency to 20x times compared with the traditional silicon solution. That means that say you are saving like 40% energy loss. And the most important is that the cost saving will eventually achieve like 20% for the system cost saving. So this is a very key value of the silicon carbide and GaN nitride. So yeah, so we are facing a new revolution of power. So actually, there are lots of the discussion on the new materials. So let's have a look at what's the revolution of gallium nitride and what Navitas has been done in the past 80 years. So with the increasing of the switching frequency, we do see the people have concerns on the reliability and the robustness. So Navitas started the company. We invented the worldwide first GaN power IC with integrated with the driver protection and DVDT control and some other functions. This is our Gen 2 product. We only push to 200 to 300 kHz, but we already shipped millions of the chips in the market and proven the reliability and the robustness of this Gen 2 product. Actually, we are not stopped here. So like 18 months ago, we released our GaNSense product. This is a very exciting news. We already shipped millions in the market. This is additional features we add GaNSense, especially the autonomous sensing protection functions, where you can shut down the circuit, shut down system within like 30 nanoseconds if in case of some fault conditions. So compared with traditional discrete solution, it's almost like 6 times faster than the silicon or discrete solutions. More exciting news, we just launched the GaNSense Hub Bridge a few weeks ago. Actually, we already shipped millions of the GaNSense Hub Bridge to the worldwide top tier 1 consumer customers for the motor driver applications. So it is almost shipped like 5 to 10 million units this year. It integrated the two GaNFast, two drivers, and other the similar functions as our GaNSense Gen 3. Yeah, how is the performance? Data say everything. So we already shipped 60 million units GaNFast chip in the market, and with 0 reported field failures. So it's a very amazing number. So, and also beyond that, Navitas is the worldwide first GaN IC company to offer 20 years warranty to the market. It gives a very strong assurance and confidence to customers to move their application from consumer to the low power to the high power and the industrial applications. Okay, so Yeah, let's talk about a little bit about silicon carbide, what we have today. So here's a picture we show the key features, what we have. In the top, you can see we have the largest range of the, from voltage perspective, we have 650 volt to 650, 100 volt devices. So as this is the largest range in the industry, we have more than like 150 devices shipping today. As in the morning, as Mr. He of Huawei Vice President said, there's a limitation of some high power high voltage applications. The limitation is devices. So we can offer like 3300 k volt devices and 6050 100 k volt devices for SST application for the great power applications. Beyond that, we provide the fast switching and also 100 tested robust avalanche, and also we have very long short circuit at the same time. For the high power pairing, we can talk more in the next few slides. Okay, so here's two examples. We are compared with leading silicon carbide vendor in this industry. This is a very typical spec, 1200 volt, 20 milliohm, and also 40 milliohm. So in the right side, in the left side, you can see with the junction temperature increasing to the 175 degrees C, GeneSiC part has almost like a 15 lower RDS than the competitor. So this is a really very good performance. And also on the right side, you can see that with same testing condition, competitor part is running to like 124 degrees C, and GeneSiC is running only 98 degrees C. It's a really very cool system, and which means that it's more reliable and more longer life cycle. So it's really good for the EV and the solar and high power applications. And more about the quality and the reliability, and as you can see, we commit the 100% tested avalanche. As you can see, it's very critical in the application like motor drive. So we commit as you can see in the left side, GeneSiC can support like 3x stronger, while you stronger capability while you're facing in fault conditions. And for high power pairing, as you can see in the middle of the picture, so with the voltage drive to the higher voltage, competitor product allow the threshold voltage to drop under the high voltage. So it will create high risk of turn-on error. But GeneSiC product is more stable on the VTH. So we will show more detailed data in tomorrow industry section. Yeah. Of course, the withstand time is also very important. It's very critical for the motor applications. So GeneSiC has like 30% longer withstand time than the competitor in the market. Okay, so a little bit about the supply chain. As just mentioned, the supply chain is quite important, and especially for the fabless company like Navitas. So in the very beginning, we are not only insist on the quality on our own product development, but also in our supply chain. So in the very early beginning, we cooperated with the worldwide tier 1 foundry, TSMC. So we built a very strong relationship with TSMC in the past few years. So it's very mature fab 2 in Hsinchu, and 6-inch, very mature process, and also especially it's very cost effective. Very cost effective fab. The utilization of the TSMC today is only 10% for the GaN, so they have much bigger room to increase the capacity in the coming years. So and also we have And also we already built a very strong partnership with OSAT for the package and testing across the Asia region. So the year today is we over 90% to the 95%. With such kind of the strategy with the tier one foundry and with OSAT, Navitas is very flexible for the capacity. We are ready to support any upside from our customers with very short lead time, 6 to 16 weeks. And this is a similar strategy as our GeneSiC part. So we have been working with XFAB for around 15 years and built a very strong partnership with XFAB. So this is also 6-inch and a very mature process. Today is also about like 10% on the utilization, and also in the process increase to the 30%. So we have big commitment from our partner. We will expand our capacity like 5 times X in 2023. This is a very exciting news because the market is facing serious shortage for the silicon carbide. So we really can provide a very short lead time, about like a 16 to 26 weeks lead time to support your ramping. Yeah. Okay, beyond the capacity improvement, we also established several R&D centers in the worldwide. So with this kind of the design center, we can help customers expedite adoption of the third generation semiconductor technology. So we provided we help customer optimize the circuit design. We also provided high frequency magnetic design, thermal design, and also advanced packaging modules. This is really helpful for the customer who would like to engage for these new areas. Okay, so the first example, the mobile design center in Shenzhen, led by Dr. Huang Xiuchen. So we are with this design center, we help customer utilize GaN in a very good way. So we help customer to improve the switching frequency and use a planar transformer design. So here's an example for this is a very typical design for 650 watt. And as you can see, while we're pushing the frequency to 400 gigahertz with Navitas GaN IC and planar transformer design, we can achieve 31 cc for the PCB size. This is a very amazing number. And we just upgrade this design to 120 watt with a very new topology, AHB topology. So it can support 120 watt, but only the 44 cc PCB size. This is almost like the same size as the traditional 65 watt of the silicon solution. Okay, so with the data center, we help customers to make them successful. So today as I just mentioned, we already have top 10 worldwide top 10 mobile and PC customers adopting Navitas solutions. So as you can see, we have 225 models in mass production. There are many big names here like Samsung, Motorola, LG, Dell, OPPO, and Xiaomi for the inbox design. And for the accessory wise, we have like Anker, Bear King, Ugreen. This is also very top branding in the aftermarket. Okay, a little bit about data centers. So as you already know, European Union have the new regulation from the next Q1 2023. So as you know, all the data center power supply should meet with the spec titanium from next year, which means that you should achieve the 96% efficiency. So it's a very new end, but it's very good for the wideband gap semiconductor. So this is a traditional example here. So it is 3.2 kW AC to DC, and so almost like a 2.2 watt per cc for the power density. So why are we pushing to gain Navitas GaNFast IC? We can almost achieve 100% power density improvement, especially for the power loss, almost about save like 30%. So we have a dedicated team in Hangzhou. We are developing a lot of new platforms, such as 1.3 kW, 1.6, 2.7, and the 3.2 kW CIPS platforms in Hangzhou. So if you have interest, you can visit our booth. We have some demos here. Okay, so when we talk about the EV, so we started with the EV for the OBC and the DC design with GaN Nitride. So with the new and GeneSiC family, so right now we can cover most of the EV applications, especially for the traction business. So it means about like 20 billion. 12 billion, 12 billion potential for the GaN and silicon carbide by the 2030. So this is a really huge number for Navitas for the. So we have 3 platforms ongoing. So the first one is 6.6 kW bidirectional OBC charger for the 400 volt. And second one is 3.3 kW bidirectional charger plus AC, DC to DC for the 800 volt bus, and also the 22 kW charger for the both 400 and 800 volt. So with the silicon carbide, we are expanding our coverage and our customer. So like we have so many big names here, like Mercedes, Innovators, Xinrui, LG, and Geely. Yeah. So yeah, so this is the demo as just I mentioned. We are showing in our booth. This we can see this is a worldwide smallest design with this is like 6.6 kW OBC plus 3 kW DC-DC. So we achieve almost 95% efficiency, and also we shrink size a lot with the with the frequency increasing. So the most important the platform is almost in mass production. So we have finished all the testing for the. So if you have interest, we can have more detailed discussion in our booth. And for solar and energy, with the adopting of gallium nitride, we can see we can serve for the solar and the ESS product, we can reduce cost about 25% and also 40% on the power dissipation. So we are working very closely with Enphase. So they are very open and public their information in their investor day. So they definitely have the clear goal moving their microinverter from silicon to the GaN nitride technology. Okay, so the last application, but is very interesting. So for BLDC, as I just mentioned, we already shipped millions of GaNSense half bridge product to this customer. It's ultra high speed motor driver. So so as you can see, while we're moving from silicon to Navitas GaNSense half bridge, we can improve the efficiency from 80% to 95 to even the 97, and we almost have about like 80% efficiency saving. This is a very interesting application we dig out 1 year ago. Yeah. So yeah, we talk a lot about the product, a lot about the market. So what's the mission of this company? So everybody know, renewable energy is a trend, but today there's still a minority of renewable energy. So fossil fuels still dominate in the market at about 80%. So yeah, so I think eventually for renewable energy will be like 80%. But for the time frame, it's really hard to predict. But I think we have a big mission here. We have the goal here. This is the goal of the Paris Accord. So it will bring the significant, opportunity for the high efficiency components like the GaN and silicon carbide. This is about like 40 billion US dollar by 2050. So this is a huge number for all the GaN and the silicon carbide players. So in order to solve the critical problems of climate change, the countries and organizations worldwide are preparing to achieve the goal to achieve the carbon neutrality by the middle of this century. So almost we have like 30 years. So the key driver for the energy revolution is technical innovation is still a key driver for the energy revolution and industrial revolution. So Navitas as a pure play in the next generation power semiconductor, we have the same vision, we have the same goal with the same goal. So to achieve the carbon nature goal. So in the early of this May, so Navitas became a world first semiconductor company to achieve the carbon nature certification. This is a new milestone of Navitas towards our mission to achieve the Electrify Our World, and also help our customer to achieve their goal for their sustainability development. Okay, thanks for your attention to Navitas. We will have the 3 industry sections tomorrow, which will include a GaN SiC hybrid product and also high-speed GaN driver design, and also especially we have a topic to cover the hybrid design with GaN and silicon carbide for the automotive applications. So yeah, welcome to join these sections. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Thank you. Given very interesting on-site presentation. If you have questions, we can communicate with Mr. Zhang.
Thank you for your presentation. I'm Xibo Yuan from China University of Mining and Technology. Regarding the products of GeneSiC, I remember 8 or 10 years ago when the first generation of commercially available silicon carbide devices appeared, and GeneSiC is probably the only company selling silicon carbide BJT. It's called SJT at that time. And also it is the only company selling high temperature silicon carbide devices operating at 220 degrees C or 250 degrees C. But I think over the past several years, GeneSiC is moving from silicon carbide BJT to silicon carbide MOSFET. And also the high temperature devices disappeared, not selling anymore. Could you please explain the reasons behind that? Thank you.
Yes, it's a good question. So sorry, I have no answer on this question because we just started the integration with GeneSiC, but I can check with Ranbir, who is the president of GeneSiC, and I can feedback to you later. Yeah.
We can have one more. Professor Xu, please.
Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. So you are talking about GaN for less than 600. So now there are some companies developing high voltage GaN, 1,200 volt GaN device. What is your comment?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Xu. So actually, yeah, we know that there are companies also developing the high voltage GaN with like a vertical structure. So yeah, I think so far we do see since Navitas already have silicon carbide, but we do see there's some innovation we are still ongoing. Sorry, I cannot disclose too much, but I definitely high voltage is still a trend for the GaN nitride. Yeah.
Navitas has some plan to developing high voltage GaN.
We are doing some research only at this moment. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Due to the time limit, since the presenter is here, so we can discuss with him. So thanks.